Hello, my name is Sophia Shen. I'm a trainer from SAS. I did a webinar on machine learning using SAS Fire. I hope you enjoy a short extract from that webinar. Thank you. Bye. The last thing I want to talk about is explainable AI. So we talk about the black box models, so models that we do not know the reason behind the model predictions. If you do not know why the model arrives at a particular prediction, then you will have doubt about your model, right? So, and if you don't trust your model, then it won't be used. This is where the XAI, explainable AI, comes in. And I guess, we want a way to open those black box models and look inside to try to understand our black box model a little bit better. So there are 5 types of model interpretability tools in Model Studio. So there's 2 global interpretabilities and 3 local interpretabilities. So there's, so depending on what you want to look at. So the global interpretability tool look at the overall model performance, how's the input related to the prediction. And the local interpretability tools look at a particular example, a particular observation in your data, and try to explain that particular observation. Okay, yeah, so they help you to find out what is the strongest driver in my model. Are there any individual differences, any interactions? How are the individual predictions being made? And just be mindful, there's always, like the accuracy and interpretability, generally there's a trade-off. So that's why we want to use these interpretability tools. And yeah, so there's just a little bit of information about what each one is. And I'm going to go to Model Studio, just show you how you can look at that. Okay, so this is an advanced pipeline. This is out of the box pipeline that I used to build the models. And for the neural network, I turned the XAI tools on. So if you go to the end, you can see that if you click on the property of the neural network node, you can see the post-training properties here. Under the post-training, there's global interpretability. So I've turned this on. I said, yeah, give me these, and local interpretability as well. So I will see the ice plot, the line plot, the hypershape as well. So, okay, so the node is a green tick. So I know that this node has been run successfully. So let's go and look at the result. So with neural net, we said that it's a black box model, so we don't understand, right? So let's have a look and see if we can look inside the box and understand a little bit. So if I look at the result, I can see this model interpretability tab. If I click on that, I see the important variables. So this is a surrogate model variable importance. So what happened is that because we do not understand the neural network model, but we understand decision tree model. So we can build a surrogate decision tree model to try to understand the prediction. So I can see which variables are most important in my model. Okay, so I can see this PD plot, partial dependence plot. So for example, if I want to look at one of these variables, average days suspended, then I can want to see what's the relationship between my prediction and days suspended in the last 3 months. So I can see that it looks like it's a linear, it's a positive relationship. So the more days suspended, the more likely they are to. So I think this is a churn model, so the more likely to churn, so the predicted probability of churn is higher. Okay, so you can see the relationship. You can, get some explanation of that. And you also, with the line chart, if I expand that, so line chart is a local interpretability tool. So I can look at a particular point, a particular observation in my data, and I can try to understand for that particular observation what's the important variables here, and what are the relationship of those variables to my data. Do they have a positive or negative relationship, for example? Yeah, so there's other plots here that you can have a look at. There is also information here. So there is a link here. There's a post on XAI and some of the tools here in SAS that you can use to get some explanation out of your AI. Okay, so references and some information about the different fit statistics that you can use to select your model.